Good morning everybody, hope you're all well. Today it's a lovely, crisp and absolutely freezing day here in the UK, but that's okay, we'll roll with it. I realized that I haven't filmed a favorites video in months and months now. I think the last time I did one was in the end of summer, so many things have changed since the last time you saw my favorites video. Obviously now we're in the end of November, beginning of December, so my skincare and makeup routine have changed drastically. So let's jump straight into it and enjoy the video. The first item that I could not put down during the month of November is a coat. And it's a coat that is a very different kind of coat for me. I never had anything like this before. It's a coat that I saw on Fleur de Force's channel, and it's a coat from ASUS, but it's an animal print coat. Is this coat over here? I don't know whether you can see it. It's very nice, it's long, it's a little bit oversized, so it has this baggy feel to it. And if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen me wearing this coat tons. I recently visited Prague and I wore this coat there, so head into my Instagram now to see how I styled it. I think with a plain black like this turtleneck and a black pair of skinny jeans, this coat looks fantastic. Obviously animal print is a huge trend at the moment, and you see it in bags, you see it in shoes, all kinds of accessories. I really like this coat in particular because it's a darker version of your typical animal print design, so it's quite dark, and I think I like that fact. It was something like £57, so it wasn't anything extreme, and the brand is Collection Pinky. What I really like about this coat is also the fact that it's quite warm, and because it's quite oversized, I never button it up, but even with the coat open, it keeps you warm, and it's a very stylish piece to have, in my opinion. And yeah, I really wasn't sure about it, but I saw it on Fleur de Force and it looked amazing, so I thought, you know what, Louisa, you should step out of your comfort zone and try something different from once. So yeah, I really like this coat, and I honestly didn't put this coat down. I was wearing it 24/7 during the month of November. The second item that I've been loving during the month of November is a very naughty item, and it's chocolate. Of course, I love chocolate all year round, but the specific chocolate I've been eating is the Terry's orange chocolate. Obviously, as you know, Terry's orange chocolate is such a classic Christmas treat here in the UK. People tend to put it as a stocking filler. When you open the packaging, it looks like an orange. It literally has a shape of an orange, and then you break it and you get like individual slices, and it's chocolate with orange. This is the black chocolate with orange. There's also milk chocolate in orange. I ate both of them regardless of whether it was milk chocolate or dark chocolate. I ate so many of these during this month that I lost track, and actually I'm gonna eat one now. Next up, I have a skincare item, and this is the Sarah Chapman Skin Assist Overnight Facial Oil. First of all, I have to say, for the first time in my life, I went to the Sarah Chapman clinic here in London with a very good friend of mine, and we had a facial together, and oh my god, this experience alone, it was one of my favorite experiences for the month of November. It was 90 minutes, so an hour and a half, and it was the best facial treatment I ever had. It's expensive, but for me it totally worth the money. The bad thing is that you need to book way in advance in order to be able to book an appointment. The good thing is that once you manage to get through and get an appointment, the experience is heavenly. It's like amazing. Anyway, one of the reasons I initially wanted to have a go and have a facial with Sarah Chapman was because I went to Space NK and I tried this oil. As you know, my skin is quite dry, and as we move into winter, it gets drier and drier by the minute. So sometimes I'll get some dry patches. So every winter I start introducing a face oil in my routine, and I didn't have one for the nighttime. So I went to Space NK, and the girl there recommended the Skin Assist Overnight Facial. These helped me so much. I'll apply literally just a pump on my face every single night, and it solved my problem. I have no dry patches. My skin is much better. It's still dry, obviously, that's my skin type, but it's so much better than before. It has done miracles for my skin, and I cannot rave about this product enough. To mix things a little bit up, and sorry if this video is all over the place, but I thought I should, you know, mix categories and, you know, jump from one item to the other, because this way I believe it's more fun and it's not like makeup, skincare, skincare. So there is a little bit of fashion, a little bit of food, a little bit of, you know, everything in here. So let me know as well in the comments down below whether you like this layout or not. Next favorite item is a candle, and it's a candle that I've talked about on my candle haul a couple of weeks ago, and it's no other than the Diptyque Le Roi Sapin. It's their limited edition candle for Christmas. I've been burning this candle so much during the month of November. What blew me away about this candle is the fact that it's a very Christmassy candle, but without it being the typical Christmassy candle. If that makes any sense. Usually, if you think of a Christmas candle, you think of cinnamon, you think of cloves, you think of orange and the spices. So something like the White Company winter candle. So this is the typical Christmas candle for me. This is Christmas, but on a whole different concept. This smells like your Christmas tree. This smells smoky, so it's like a fireplace combined with your Christmas tree. Absolutely love this candle. Crazy about it. I'm thinking of buying the full version of it, but we'll see, because, you know, Diptyque candles are expensive, and I think my husband will kill me if I spend one more penny on a candle. So, but honestly, I cannot recommend this candle enough. Just get it, it's beautiful. Next up on my list is a brow product, and we're moving back to makeup again, that's okay. And it's no other than the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the color dark brown. So, the Anastasia Brow Wiz is like a holy grail item for many YouTubers. I know I'm probably the last person on earth that hasn't used this product before. The reason is that we don't have Anastasia Beverly Hills here in the UK. They're not available. We do not have Sephora here in the UK. I know, life sucks. And you can get it in some places, but it's not easy to come across. So a friend of mine bought it for me when she visited the NYC, and this just blew me away. It's very different from any other eyebrow product I've used. First of all, it comes with a spoolie that is tiny. Look at that, how thin this spoolie is, but it's a very good spoolie. But what is the star of the show is this. Look at this nib. I don't know if it's even picking up off camera. This is the tiniest nib I've ever seen. It's so blooming good that you can go into your eyebrows and draw even the lightest hairs, and it's amazing. It just completely changed my eyebrow game, and this is coming from me, and I am the person that has probably the worst eyebrows in the whole world. So if you can get it here in the UK, go grab it. If you know someone that is in the UK and can send it to you, ask for it. Next up is a product that I didn't appreciate initially as much as I do now. It's a product that I bought at the beginning of October, end of September, and I used it 2 or 3 times, and it was okay, but I wasn't like impressed by it or anything. So I left it aside, and I went back using my old foundation. And then for some reason I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give it another go. And I was blown away by it. First of all, cushion foundations are the biggest trend of the last couple of years in makeup. If you haven't heard about cushion foundations, you've been probably living under a rock. It's a trend that came all the way from Korea. All the brands have jumped into the bandwagon. L'Oreal Paris has a cushion foundation. Lancome has two cushion foundation, one that is light wear and one which is medium coverage. Dior has a cushion foundation. YSL has a cushion foundation. I'm telling you, it's like one of the biggest trends. They're very weird to use because it's not your typical powder or they're not your typical liquid foundation. But this is a medium to full coverage foundation, so it's definitely buildable. The good thing that with the majority of the foundations, you just pop it up, and when your product is done, you just buy the refiller and you don't have to buy the case as well. And by the way, in case anyone is interested, I'm the shade 03. And what I really like about this foundation is the finish. It gives you a very natural finish, not too matte, but not too dewy either. It's the perfect finish for me. It doesn't cling on my dry skin, or if I have any dry patches, it doesn't cling on them, and it gives me like almost like an airbrushed kind of finish, which I absolutely love. I do not find the need to set it with powder. It's absolutely fantastic. So if you're thinking of giving cushion foundations a go, definitely go and try the Lancome one. Moving on, my next favorite, again, it's a little bit of a random favorite, but honestly is probably the most useful favorite out of all these, and it's blanket. And it's this fluffy blanket. Now this is not a cheap blanket, it was £30 and I bought it from M&S. I'm sure you can find other blankets on the market, but because we usually watch TV on the living room and we just lie on the sofa, and right now it's freezing cold, I saw this blanket and it was red, it had penguins on, and I thought, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. So you basically, it's one blanket is for one person and you just wrap up and you stay nice and toasty and you just watch television without freezing. This is the softest thing like you've ever touched. It's like a fleece material and it's machine washable too, so you can wash it often if you wish. And yeah, I just love it, and it's one that I wrap around myself, or my husband wraps around himself, and we just snuggle and have our nice late nights watching TV or whatever, and we stay nice and toasty. Moving on, I have to say that I'm a coffee person. I drink tea, but I am definitely a coffee person. I will choose coffee over tea 100% of the times, and I just love my coffee. But there is one tea that I love, and I have it almost every night, and it's the Puka, you cannot even see that, it's the Puka nighttime tea. It has won a Great Taste Award. Like I came across this tea almost over a year now, and I've been using it all year round, but this month I make myself a nice tea every single time, or when I am wrapped up in my red blanket. And this tea is obviously, because it's for nighttime, is caffeine free, and it says a dreamy blend of organic oat flower, lavender and lime flower. I think it also has chamomile and valerian root. The taste of it is beautiful. It comes in individual pouches like this, and I just find this the most comforting thing, and I just drink this every night, and it just relaxes you, and it gets you in the mood for bed and in the mood for a nice nighttime sleep. And then the last thing I could not put down for the month of November are the, it's not one thing, it's three things, but it's the same thing basically, is the Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipsticks. Kat Von D finally launched in the UK through Debenhams, so you can now get her products on Debenhams. And I bought 3 of her liquid lipsticks. I bought Lolita, Lolita 2 and Bow and Arrow, and it's the only lipsticks I have been wearing during the month of November, especially Lolita and Lolita 2. I recently visited Prague, and it was these three lipsticks were the only lipsticks I took with me. They are very long lasting. The only negative thing about them is that they can be a little bit drying, but that is the case with all liquid lipsticks. And what I tend to do is I apply a lip balm and then go with the liquid lipsticks on top. If you see me in a picture, if you see me on Instagram, if you see me on a video and you're wondering what do I have on my lips, it would be one of these three lipsticks, but especially these two I've been wearing 99% of the time, so it will either be Lolita or Lolita 2. So that was my November favorites. Obviously there were a lot of stuff because I hadn't filmed one of these videos for a long time. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and I shall see you all next week with another video. Bye guys!